Your year prototype program. Today's July 2nd? Yeah, July 2nd. I got my hat on, it's super cold in here. Got my space heaters going, but it's still a basement without any ventilation or any daylight whatsoever, so it gets pretty cold. Once in a while you walk in and it actually feels warmer than outside, but today's not one of those days. So it's probably just because it's a little colder outside than normal. Super nerve-wracking right now, confident, but again, nerve-wracking. We're clamping down and getting the walls pretty much bracketed now to the actual base, and we have the frame. You can see the structure of the frame is in there. What we're trying to do is make it more monolithic. We reached a point where we couldn't really move forward until it got more rigidity, more than just the structure, because I'm going to be moving around so much. And the biggest thing we're running into is we were working off of two parts, the frame separate from the body of the core of the pod pack. And now we reach a point where they need to be married together in order to move to the next step and kind of just like work around it. The other thing we realized we need to do is we got to build, some sort of frame that holds this thing suspended up in the air. We thought about, you can see our base over there with the television set and stuff, and that's going to be our display case for it, when we're showcasing the first prototype and everything. And I was like, well, why don't we just go ahead and build that and then work off of that, that we don't have to build a frame twice. So we're going to, over breakfast, come up with the design. I think it's going to be like 4 prongs, I don't know, something that like just holds the whole thing up, and then we can just work around it constantly, taking panels off, putting them back on, all that fun stuff. So the other thing that we ran into, which is exciting, is we found an opportunity to put our metal trim in. So we got the stainless steel magnetic bars. They're actually quite expensive. They were $10 a pop, but I mean it's just a thin sheet of steel. But the good news is it's super lightweight, super thin, and it was the only thing that we can find on the internet that was that thin, already milled, polished, finish edges, adhesive on the back, and then secured in place with these Tapcon screws or self-tapping screws. So it's going really good. What that does is you can see on the bottom of the pod pack, because we already finished this side. This is where this brackets on to the whole frame. Gives the screw a little bit more to play with because they're super short and we didn't want them protruding into any electronics and stuff, so it gives us a little bit more safety cushion with that, but a little bit more bite. But at the same time, it allows for the opportunity for our accessory that we're going to do, which is this magnetized bag that goes on top of the pod pack for extended storage. So it's a soft bag, I guess you could call it a soft pack is what we have down in our notes, and this soft pack gives you just additional liters of storage. And it's really like I don't want to say a limited amount, but it's a hearty amount that more than justifies what's going on in the core pod pack, which is your electronics, your medication, your valuables, things that are really, really high priority on your list that should be protected and integrated with some of your other tech. But at the same time, it says, okay, well, things like clothes and shoes can go in the soft pack, unless you got a really nice pair of Jordans that you want to protect. So other than that, though, we're gonna hit this hard for another hour and a half, and then go cook some breakfast, and then hit it for the whole day. Feeling pretty good today. I've been souping up on vitamin C and all these, onion soup, and drinking lots of baking soda water, and I've actually been taking some colloidal silver too. So everything I can think of that helps the immune system get back. One of the tough challenges a diabetic faces is when you get sick with any sort of cold or something like that, or flu, you're like double sick because you have to then maintain your diabetes, because the diabetes loves to get out of whack from the either the medications that you take, because a lot of them have sucralose or dextrose or sugar or fructose or something in it that will throw you off for flavoring. But then on top of that, just your white blood cells and your body's fighting off, whatever slight infection it has, or illness and stuff. So you end up just having to require more insulin. It's funny because when you're down and out, not having under the weather as a diabetic, the best thing you probably do is go work out. But it's so difficult to find that motivation. But the truth is, the more that you burn up and the more you keep that caloric and metabolic rate high, the more you're not going to need as much insulin while you're sick. So it's tough, it's difficult, but I think we're at the tail end of it. I think within the next couple days we'll be not sick at all. So we're getting there. So with that, give you an update later. Here you go out.